started working for people who wouldn't pay me and all that. But because I knew where I was coming from, I was not discouraged.
Good day and many thanks for joining us on today's edition of BizTech on Ghanaweb TV. I am Ernestina Serwaa Asante. Many people are venturing into entrepreneurship by way of creating jobs for themselves and others to help curb the high unemployment rate in the country. Now, on today's edition, we put a spotlight on the painter who worked on Jubilee House, COCOBOD and Tunnel Lounge, among other buildings in the country. My colleague Mawuli Ahorlumegah has the full report.
Welcome to yet another exciting edition of BizTech on Ghanaweb TV. Today my guest is a young man who is into innovation and he's using artistic development and expression to do this. Before I introduce my guest, I'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. My name is Mawuli Ahorlumegah. Welcome off on our break on BizTech. My guest is Bright Hodzor, aka Celebrity Painter. I'm sure you've heard his name all over the world. He's my guest on this week's edition of BizTech. Bright.
Yeah.
Like here, yeah. If for those who don't know what that means, it means how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, boss.
Yes. Celebrity Painter.
Yeah.
What was the journey like for you to earn that name, Celebrity Painter?
Okay. I would say I started my journey from the village. So later I came to the city.
Okay.
So when I came to the city, the hustling wasn't easy at all. To be frank with you, it wasn't easy. But I would say by the grace of God, I am where I am now. Started working for people who wouldn't pay me and all that. But because I knew where I was coming from, I was not discouraged. And I know where I will be because I know when you are doing something and you keep on doing it, to get to a time, there will be a change. That was why I keep on doing it to where I am now. And actually, the painting is my talent. I didn't learn it anywhere. Yeah, it's my talent. Yeah,
I was going to come to that aspect, the specific, the painting in itself. Okay. Did you learn it on your own? Like you said, it's a talent.
Yes,
Did you have to? Obviously, you have to develop that talent. What was the journey like for you?
Okay, because it's a talent, anytime I get a project, I discuss it with the client.
Okay.
So before I will get to the site, I know what to give to the client.
Okay.
The idea comes by itself. Yeah.
So now let's come to the business of painting. Yeah. Is painting a lucrative business?
Really, really.
You make a lot of money from it?
Yes.
If you can give a range, what's the biggest, highest amount of money you've received?
Okay, I would say my biggest contract is Jubilee House.
Wow.
Yeah,
you painted a Jubilee House.
Yes.
That's very interesting. Very interesting. The whole building?
Yes.
That's a huge contract.
Yes. But I know how it is. You know government job.
Oh, yes. How was that experience like for you, being chosen to paint the seat of the presidency?
I was too much excited. Too much excited.
How did you feel when you got the call?
See, I screamed. I was driving when they called me. They called me around 9 p.m.
Yeah.
That I should come. They want to see me. So when I went there, they said, "Are you the celebrity painter?" I said, "Yes." So they've seen my works on the social media and people recommended me, but they are not sure they can pay me.
Wow.
So, wow, if Jubilee House is saying they cannot pay me, so I asked them, if Jubilee House cannot pay me, how come individuals are paying me? Well, they said, it was just a joke for us to laugh about. So
wow.
After that, they said, okay, they want to give me the contract. So they gave me some agreements. I need to provide my workers and their numbers and their contacts. You need to do background check, you know,
and all that, yeah, to make sure that yes.
So I provided my worker's name, their picture, everything. They did the background work before I went to give them the estimate.
And then you got the
gave me the
project.
contract.
Yeah. So we'll come to some of those specific projects, but I want to come to, just from your point of view, what is the importance of painting to the artistic development for a community, for example?
Yeah, what we should know is you can build a house. The house can be whatever nice you call it nice. But if you don't have a good painter, your building or project can never be beautiful as the way you want it. So you need to, let's take it like, give the contract to somebody who knows what he or she is doing. You have the women who are doing painting, that's what I'm referring as he or she. Yeah, you need to give the contract to the person who knows what you want. It's not always you should follow maybe cheap or something else, but somebody who know about quality, who know about color, blending and all that, and your choice of work that you want. That's the person you need to contact to do the work for you. And that person is me. Wow.
Very, very interesting. You mentioned something very important about color, you know, coordination and all of that. I studied a little bit of visual art in school, so I understand a little bit of colors. But for you, how is it like when you, for instance, you get a project that you're supposed to work on, maybe a business project? Do they tell you the color they want, or you suggest to them that this is the kind of painting that you want?
Yeah, okay, actually, I wouldn't say because I know the job. When you just give me a work or a contract, then I'll just going to use my mind. No, I need to talk to you.
You need to speak to them.
What do you want? When you tell me maybe you want color blue and color green together, I will tell you no, it doesn't match.
It doesn't match, okay.
I will tell you.
So you offer some kind of advice as well.
And I do mixing. I can mix any color in the world.
Really?
That is my advantage to other painters.
Okay. So
other painters, they can't mix. You need to go to the company for them to mix.
To mix for them, okay.
I mix it myself.
Does that come at an extra cost, or is part of the?
No, it's part of my work.
It's part of your work,
yes.
Okay.
There's no extra cost.
Okay, all right. So you've been doing this for how long now?
For 17 years now.
For 17 years. I'm sure you've encountered some challenges. What are some of those challenges, and what did you really learn from them?
Some people, they look down upon you just because you are a painter. But you know, when you talk to them, you tell them even to visit your page, before they will say like, wow, you're a big man. You do, you know, mind-blowing jobs. So sometimes somebody can look down upon you, but when you talk to a person and you tell the person this is who you are, the person will not take you for granted.
Okay.
Even though some people take me for granted, but when I tell them, look, I did this project, they'll know that no, the guy is not a small guy when it comes to painting. Yeah.
I've been having a very nice conversation. I'll just take a quick break and then we'll be right back.
All right.
Thank you, Bright. I've been speaking with Bright Yaw Hordzor, aka Celebrity Painter. I'm sure you are familiar with this name. He's notable for painting a number of projects, including the Jubilee House. I'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that break on BizTech. I've been speaking with Bright Yaw Hordzor, aka the Celebrity Painter, and we've been talking about the business of painting. Bright, I've been having a very interesting conversation with you, and
so
it was very interesting to note that you painted the Jubilee House. That is an extremely huge project.
It's just by the grace of God.
Yes, God is really good.
Yeah.
So, can you share with us some of the other projects that you've worked on?
Okay, I'll say COCOBOD,
Okay.
ICGC, Ghana Library, and some of the footballers.
You're a very big man.
And an artist in Ghana here.
You're a very, very big man. You know why? Because you've had to, you've worked on COCOBOD. That's an extremely historical building.
Yeah.
So let's just come to COCOBOD. What went into the idea of painting COCOBOD? Did you have to think, okay, because it's a cocoa industry, you had to go with a brownish cocoa color, or how was the experience like for you?
Yeah, their color is green and yellow. Okay. Because when it's not ripe, it's green. When it's ripened, it's yellow. Okay. So that was the combination I gave them because it's a cocoa. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then how about the library authority as well? And I understand you painted some libraries. Yeah, as for the library, it's just funny. Because they finished the library totally. They had finished constructing it? Constructing it, painting it totally. Okay. So the people came to investigate and do their checks. They saw that no, the painting didn't go well. So they called me on board. Because you see, it's a children's library, so you need to use colorful primary colors and all the hot colors.
Bright,
so when I came, I gave them the idea. This place you need to do it like this place you need to do it like that. And I gave them the concept, and they gave me the contract to do it. And I finished, and they were like, wow. They were happy with the work.
Still on the business on some of your painting, where do you usually get your inspiration from? Is it you just wake up and then you just climb the building and you begin to add all kinds of colors?
You know, some of them I've been going on the internet.
Okay.
Because, you know, I cannot know it all.
Yeah.
I need to learn. So I'm always on the internet to see what the whites are doing. I mean, when I see somebody's work with my eye, that is it.
You capture its image in your mind
and or video and I follow it. I can do the same thing for you. That should tell you the level of talent I have.
Wow.
My talent is serious.
Very, very serious.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've seen some of your works and I think they're really amazing.
Yeah.
Finally, we're wrapping up. You're an entrepreneur. You've been doing this for quite some time. Like you said, you came from the village to Accra, and then you honed your talent to this point. What's your advice to the youth and for persons who want to venture into artistic expression and then using it in terms of making money as a business as well?
Okay, actually, as part of my duties, I've been doing seminars for students, schools, how do you call it, constituencies. I organize seminar for them.
Okay.
I don't charge for it. I just take registration, 50 cedis for their certificates.
Okay.
And I teach them for 3 days without taking any money.
Wow.
I've given back to society. Thank you so much for doing that. That's part of my work. So I will advise the youth that whatever talent God has given them, that is what they should build on. Don't look at somebody's talent. Because I will say, as somebody said, it's a calling. If you are not called to do that, you can do it, but you can't achieve what somebody will achieve if that person has been called. So anything that God has given you, God knows the reason why He has given that particular talent. So just pray to Him for Him to give you the direction so that you can build on it. Because every talent is a good talent. It will depend how you do it for you to get benefit from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. I've been having a very interesting conversation with you. I've been speaking with Bright Yaw Hordzor, aka the celebrity painter, and he's notable for painting a number of key projects such as the Jubilee House, the tunnel launch, the Ghana COCOBOD, a number of libraries, and many more. He's been my guest on this week's edition of BizTech. Many thanks for watching. We'd like to say a big thank you to Tunnel Launch for allowing us to have their space to have this interview. My name is Mawuli Ahorlumegah. Many thanks for watching.
Thank you, Mawuli Ahorlumegah, for that report. Up next is BizHeadlines. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has disclosed that the agreement between the fund and government of Ghana will be reached by the end of this year. Ghana is said to be targeting an amount of $3 billion over 3 years from the fund once an agreement on a program is reached. The new amount requested as a loan was double the government's initial target of $1.5 billion. In a related development, Managing Director of IMF, Kristalina Georgieva, has said constructive discussions have been held with Ghanaian authorities for a possible economic support program. The IMF boss further touted Ghana's social, political and economic credentials, which she says can positively impact neighboring countries. Touching further on whether or not Ghana can secure its revised target amount of $3 billion from an initial $1.5 billion, Kristalina said, "We have to go through the process or the discussions, and then we will know." The monetary policy of the Bank of Ghana will on Tuesday, September 20th, begin a 3-day meeting to assess recent economic developments in the country. A statement by the central bank indicated that the meeting will be climaxed by the communication of decisions reached on September 26th. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana will hold its 108 regular meetings from 20th September 2022 to Friday, September 23rd, to review developments in the economy. The meeting will conclude with a press conference on Monday, September 26th, to announce the decisions of the committee. The Bank of Ghana recently held its emergency meeting on the challenges facing the country's economy on August 17th. The meeting culminated in the announcement of an increase in the monetary policy rate by 300 basis points to hit 22% from an earlier 19% rate. It followed months of skyrocketing inflation rate, depreciation of the cedi, fuel price hikes, and downgrade of the country's economy by global rating agencies Standard & Poor's and Fitch. The cedi at the time was trading at 10 cedis to $1. However, it has shown signs of appreciation in recent times. Government of Ghana has selected Asante Airlines as a strategic investor to partner in the country's quest to re-establish a home-based career. According to an Aviation Ghana report, the decision has firmly been finalized, with Asante Airlines working to complete the final stages of its financial arrangement. The airline, which is owned by Ghanaian business moguls Serwaa Despite and his partner, Dr. Ernest Ofori-Sapon, first acquired an air carrier license and is subsequently in the final stages of securing an airport operator certificate required to commence operations. The portal, however, added that Asante Airlines is currently on the market in search of potential employees ahead of its operations. The decision by the owners of Asante Airlines to operate in Ghana comes after they made presentations in January this year to the committee established by the Transport Minister, Kweku Ofori-Esiama. The presentation was to vet all proposals from potential investors seeking to partner government in its bid to establish a home-based career. Following the collapse of Ghana Airways in 2004, Ghana has been without a national airline for international travel activities. Despite several attempts to re-establish a national career in the past, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta during the 2022 budget hinted at plans to kickstart operations this year. Kumasi is set to become the first city in Ghana to have an electric light rail transportation as part of government efforts to ease traffic congestion in the region. The tram system is one of the sophisticated means of transport mostly found in Europe. This type of transportation system operates on a rail that travels on tramway tracks on public urban streets. The tram technology expected to be deployed in Kumasi is currently being developed by Knight AS in collaboration with Ministry of Railway Development of Ghana. The Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the Board of Directors at Knight AS, Dr. Carl Lai, at the company's 25th anniversary launch in Accra, said the system, when fully developed or fully deployed, will transform existing urban transport infrastructure in the Ashanti region. The tram system will operate 3 main lines aimed at decongesting the city of Kumasi and for easy flow of traffic. It will also significantly reduce travel time within the second largest city in the country. To make this project a success, Dr. Lai said there is a need for a massive transfer of know-how to indigenes who will manage the tram system when built. Subscribers of mobile services who are yet to register their SIM cards have lamented the punitive measures to be rolled out by the NCA. The National Communications Authority stated among some sanctions to be meted out to persons who have not registered their SIM cards is the barring of all outgoing call and data services on a 2-day weekly rotational basis. The worried subscribers shared varied sentiment when they spoke to Ghanaweb's reporter on September 8th. However, the NCA, according to a report, stated that the sanctions are a way to tell how serious the authority is about the registration exercise. The Director of Consumer and Corporate Affairs at NCA, Kwame Jan, urged subscribers to learn from the current sanctions to register their SIM cards. That's all for today. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of BizTech on Ghanaweb TV. Remember, this show airs every Friday on the same platform. I am Ernestina Serwaa Asante. But before we go, do log on to www.ghanaweb.com for more stories. Do well to follow us on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Ghanaweb. On YouTube, Ghanaweb TV. Once again, I am Ernestina Serwaa Asante.